John Rogan was a British author of Irish descent best known for his books about music and popular culture. He wrote influential biographies of the Byrds, Neil Young, the Smiths, Van Morrison and Ray Davies. His writing was characterized by an almost neurotic attention to detail, epic length and an ambivalent, sometimes positive and sometimes hostile response from the subjects of his biographies. Rogan spent his early childhood in impoverished circumstances in the Pimlico area of London. His parents emigrated to London from County Waterford in Ireland in 1943. His cousin is the actor John Rogan. Rogan's adolescence during the swinging 60s was vividly captured in the chapter, The Ghost of Electricity, from his book Timeless Flight Revisited. There was no mention at all of his tragic family history, which included his father and mother. Among other fatalities, Rogan attended St. Vincent's RC and Pimlico School and spent the entire 1970s as a student, obtaining his first degree in English language and literature at the University of Newcastle upon Tyne, after which he completed an MA at Acadia University in Canada, specializing in Spenser's The Faerie Queene. This was followed by postgraduate study at Lady Margaret Hall, Oxford. Rogan's first published work was in music magazines such as Zigzag and Dark Star in the late 1970s, with writings on West Coast American music. His first book, Timeless Flight, an acclaimed biography of the Byrds, was published when he was still a student at Oxford's Lady Margaret Hall. This work was subsequently rewritten as the 700-page plus volume Timeless Flight Revisited. The work won considerable acclaim, including Biography of the Year in Record Collector, in which it was described as one of the best biographies ever written, expansive enough to rival War and Peace. Johnny Rogan's definitive Byrds biography comes close to matching the emotional, if not geographical, range of Tolstoy's epic novel. One of the achievements of Timeless Flight Revisited is the way in which it matches its narrative flair with the incisiveness of its critical comment. But it's the narrative drive that makes the book so extraordinary. With its detailed research and fascinating interview material, Timeless Flight Revisited is a compelling portrait of collective turmoil, peopled by characters who win our sympathy at the same time as they earn our disbelief. Similar accolades were forthcoming from Billboard, Time Out and Q magazine. Like several of Rogan's other books, the book was revised extensively in every decade since its original appearance. Rogan's view was that writing a biography was a continuing commitment, and he maintained archives of material with which to revise his books over the years. Rogan went on to write more than 20 other books, mainly in the field of music and popular culture. These included epic biographies of Neil Young and Van Morrison, plus work on John Lennon, The Kinks, Wham, George Michael, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young and the Smiths. Neil Young is quoted praising Rogan's work on the back of the biography along with a 5-star review from Uncut and several other prominent music publications. The best-selling Morrissey and Marr, The Severed Alliance attracted considerable attention, not least from Morrissey, who famously said, "Personally, I hope Johnny Rogan ends his days very soon in an M3 pile-up." The comment was made prior to the book's publication, and Morrissey claimed he had yet to see a copy of any of its contents. Not long afterwards, Morrissey expressed a desire that the author should die in a hotel fire. However, in 1996 Morrissey testified under cross-examination that he had not read the book, only bits of it. He also testified that comparing some items of witness statements in relation to facts contained in the book is correct. He and Rogan also spoke about various matters at the High Court during a recess. The Severed Alliance has remained in print without interruption since first publication in 1992 and frequently appears in listings of all-time great music biographies. Rogan continued to write extensively about Morrissey, most recently with 2006's Morrissey, the albums. Rogan wrote 2 major biographies of Van Morrison, and the acknowledgement page of VM No Surrender states, "This book has probably had the longest gestation of any I have written." However, this was thought to be likely to be eclipsed by Rogan's continuing work on the careers of the Byrds and Neil Young. Morrison on his part is quoted on the dedication page, saying, "Rogan's got something to hide. What's he hiding? I'd like to do a book on him." However, this quote actually emanates from an interview in 1984. No Surrender featured in the Sunday Times Top 10 Books of the Year and also featured for 2 consecutive years in hardback and paperback in Mojo's Music Books of the Year. Among the many favorable press notices attached to the paperback edition was an extravagant review